May I have some decorum, please? If you thought the Royal Rumble was gonna be a good show, well, I've got some bad news. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Ginger King here. Let's talk about the Royal Rumble. Let's go over pros and cons. I've got a white piece of paper here. Whoa. White piece of paper here. Got a pen here. And I've got my King of Kings shirt. I've got my crown. I think we're pretty much good to go. Am I still in the shot? Yeah, good. I think I go this way a little bit, right? Perfect. Okay, let's go over cons. Let's go over the bad ones first. Cons over here because it starts with a C, and that's what should always go first. Pros over here. Pro. Roman Reigns. Pro. Wyatt. Pro. No Big Show. And I did say I was going to do cons first, but whatever. That's just how I roll. Pro. New tag champs, right? Alright, so we got some good stuff to talk about. Cons. Batista wins Rumble. Not necessarily Batista wins, but I don't think Batista needed the Rumble. Batista, and I'll just put Rumble. I can't even read it anyway without my glasses. Batista Rumble. Con. Orton versus Cena. Total flub. Con. Oh, I'm gonna have to say... Not a whole lot of cons. See, so really, I mean, Batista winning and Orton Cena, they may be the most important, right? But there was a lot of little good things that happened on this show. I'm going to label this Royal Rumble Thoughts, playing the devil's advocate or something like that, because I got home and I immediately get on Twitter and I'm looking on my Facebook, Smart Wrestling Fan Facebook page, and I'm seeing a lot of people hating this pay-per-view, and I get it. I get it. You're mad Daniel Bryan didn't win. I get it. I wanted Daniel Bryan to get that number 30 spot. No one was more disappointed than me that Rey Mysterio got number 30. Okay? Con. Rey at 30. Triple underline, quad underline. But let's look at the pros, alright? So let's go over the first match of the night. Let's look at the pros. New tag team champions. We've got the New Age Outlaws. Oh, you didn't know? You didn't watch the pre-show? They won their tag team match, and in good, really great wrestling there. Really solid. I wouldn't say great. I mean, you know, it wasn't awe-inspiring, but it was really good. It was much more impressive than the WWE Championship match later on that night. Well, WWE World Heavyweight Championship match later on that night. New Age Outlaws, new tag team champs. This opens up a whole bunch of possibilities for new guys to debut. The Usos could really go over at WrestleMania and make a name for themselves. You know, there's a lot of different stuff that could happen out of the New Age Outlaws winning, or they could join the corporate authority and have a great storyline in there. So there's a lot of good stuff that can come out of that. Let's move on to the beginning of the Royal Rumble. And we have Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan. Con. Okay? We're writing down another con here. Con. Bryan. Curtain. Jerker. That's a con. You do not want to put your most over guy in the company at the beginning of the show and then never show him again. That's a big no-no. If you're going to do that, it had to be in place of at least Big Show and Lesnar, at least. I don't know, WWE. I don't know. I mean, it's even right now. We've got 4 on each side at this point. But overall, great match. It was really long. Went on forever. They only had 3 matches and a Rumble, and then the pre-show match didn't really count. So, really 4 matches and a Rumble. I expected there to be something else in between, maybe some more backstage segments, maybe a backstage beatdown, something. But no, so the 3 matches that did happen on the card went on for quite some time. Actually, Big Show Lesnar didn't really get a whole lot of time, but there wasn't really needed a whole lot of time. But let's talk about Bryan and Bray Wyatt first. Really great match. I mean, you got Bray Wyatt countering seemingly everything that Daniel Bryan is having to offer. And Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt, near the end there, they had a couple of botched moves, but really overall surprising. No one expected it. Sister Abigail on the outside to the barricade. Sister Abigail again in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3, and then you have it Bray Wyatt defeating Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Really excellent stuff. That was really good. The crowd loved it. You had the crowd by the shortened curlies. You had them, WWE. And then you bring out Lesnar and Big Show, and now no one expected anything out of this match. Chair shots, 50 of them at least. Lesnar just destroys the Big Show. And I did say at some point during the pay-per-view, I said, well, I could see Big Show like knocking him out, going for the 1-2, and then getting a no. And that kind of happened to a point. Brock Lesnar just got more angry and destroyed the Big Show. And that's good, because I don't want to see the Big Show around during WrestleMania. I'm done with the Big Show. I'm done with Mark Henry. I like Mark Henry, but I'm just done with him. I'm done with these old guys, I'm sick of it. My brother said something terrifying. Maybe they're building towards Batista Lesnar at WrestleMania. And I almost threw up. Right there, because why? Why would you do that? That'd be terrible. So yeah, at least we don't get we get no Big Show. Big Show's should be gone now. He'll probably show up tomorrow, but no Big Show. I'm gonna write down another pro real quick, and I'm gonna leave it a secret just in case you guys didn't watch the Rumble. I'm gonna keep that there. And I had a feeling that they would do this, and that's really cool. But to be totally honest, I think I'd rather have given that spot up to Daniel Bryan at number 30. Maybe, I don't know. All right, so let's continue on. After Lesnar Big Show, we got back to a panel. No, the panel was before that. And then we just went straight to Cena versus Orton. And that match was, boring. It was really boring. Never seen a more boring pay-per-view match. It was rest hold city for Orton. And then, you know what it reminded me of? I remember saying this is the same thing that happened last year at WrestleMania when The Rock versus Cena, when that was like a match of the year. But it wasn't match of the year, was it? No. It was just The Rock doing an attitude adjustment, and then John Cena doing a rock bottom. And that's all they ever did. That's all they did. Reversal, 1-2 no's on their finishers 2, maybe 3 times in. It was just too much. And the people I was watching it with, old school fans, they love the Hardcore Championship. They want the Attitude Era back. They want all that stuff. And they hated this match because it was just the same old thing. Finisher after finisher, nothing was going on. The crowd did not care. They could have done something, but they did nothing. They chose to do nothing during that match. And at the end of it, another surprising thing happened. The Wyatts interfere. They interrupt. They distract Cena. Cena gets hit with an RKO. Randy Orton keeps the title. Now, step 1, phase 1 of the perfect WrestleMania ending this year complete. Okay? Keep that in mind. Phase 1 of Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan complete. They screw it up at the Rumble, but whatever. So now you're going to have Cena taking on the Wyatts, and that's fine. I can totally see that. What are you going to do with the Shield now? What are you going to do with Daniel Bryan now? I don't know. We're going to talk about this a little later on, but let's go back to Randy Orton and Cena. Randy Orton and Cena, there was just not a lot. It just seemed like The Rock, Cena at WrestleMania, and Randy Orton winning it at the end. That's all it really was. That's all it really needs to be talked about. Nothing really coming out of that at all. And that is to be totally honest, I liked the tag team match much better than that one. I liked Bray Wyatt's match much better than that one. Hell, I liked the Rumble better than that one. And that is your championship. You gotta fix it soon, WWE. You gotta fix it very, very soon. And not in some stupid, cheap way. Do it smart. Make it right. That's what I should do. I should get Triple H in here and I should go, make it right, Hunter. Make it right. You're going to go down to that ring. You're going to look at Daniel Bryan in the face and you're going to make it right. That's what I'm going to do. Big wrong here. Who drove the car that Randy Orton escaped in, Like, that was a storyline. That's something that they showed that happened. And they just let it go. It's really kind of dumb. I don't know. Their whole WWE title picture is messed up and they have to fix it immediately. Let's move on to the Rumble. Let me see if I can remember some of the surprises, okay? I'm circling this one because I liked it. How about Kevin Nash? Kevin Nash was one of the surprises. All right, starting off, we had Seth Rollins versus Punk as number 1 and 2. That was pretty cool. Let's see, other surprises. We did have Sheamus return. I think everybody kind of knew that. Let's see, we had JBL. JBL was another big one, but not really. It was just for a comedic moment, and I don't think it was very much needed. I didn't really need JBL to come into the ring, act like a fool, and then get thrown out, you know? And if I'm a JBL fan, I'm liking it, which I did, but I don't want to see him just take my coat, Michael, and then get thrown over the ring. You know, it's kind of cheap. Good stuff. Alexander Rusev debuting at the Royal Rumble. Now, this is the guy who I said, you didn't need to do this here. It was cool, and it was nice, and it was a little tip of the hat to NXT. But I just think you could have waited for Raw for that. Big E didn't debut at the Rumble. Big E came out on Raw, made a statement. People noticed who he was. The people I was watching with had no idea who this guy was. They called him a jabroni. They said he'll be out in 4 minutes. And he was out in 4 minutes. And that's all he'll ever be to them until he can prove his worth. And that's just how that's going to go. And I just think you could have given Alexander Rusev the night off, have him debut tomorrow against Big E. And then you could have given Daniel Bryan number 30, you know. There was no reason to have Rusev there, as cool as it was. And I really do like Rusev. He's really growing on me. But, you know, I just don't need him there. I don't need him there. Let's talk more about the Rumble. Let's talk about the Shield. Let's talk about Roman Reigns. Shield helped each other out throughout the whole match. It was pretty much Cody Rhodes and Goldust, CM Punk and the Shield early on, and they just kind of stuck around, you know. And then Great Khali would come out, and then he'd be eliminated. Roman Reigns eliminated 13 people, I think. It was either 12 or 13, and he broke the record that's been held for 13 years. I think that's what it was, 13 years, but it's 12 people eliminated, so he broke the record. And that was well done. Well done, Roman Reigns. You got your little rub there. But I like the Shield. The Shield were great. I liked the whole dynamic of the match until the very end. We had Sheamus come back. So the Final Four, let's break it down for you. The Final Four, Sheamus, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Batista. Do Nothing Kane came out, and he did something. He came out and they eliminated CM Punk. You know, we saw him during the JBL entrance, but whatever, we just won't say that. So Kane eliminates Punk, and that's going to set up CM Punk for a match with Triple H at WrestleMania, with Kane being the guy in the middle at the Chamber. So that's going to be what that is, and that's going to be fine. And it's going to be fine. Or Punk is in the Chamber with Shield and the Wyatts. You know, something like that. I don't know. Something similar to that effect. And then we only went down to 3, and it was either between Sheamus, Roman Reigns, and Batista. Now, the one thing I didn't want to happen was Batista to win. I really feel strongly in my heart that Batista did not need to win this match. Much like Brock Lesnar didn't need to be in this match, Batista didn't need to be in the match. The Rock didn't need to be in the match last year. Why did Batista need to? Batista could have came out on Monday Night Raw tomorrow, you know, after losing because he got cheated and said, I want my match. I came back. I got wasted last night by you, Dean Ambrose, and then he beats up Dean Ambrose, takes him out, and you know, something. But I just don't think he needed the win here. Hell, the crowd was cheering on Roman Reigns or Sheamus to win this match because they knew that Batista winning this match was not a good idea. Now, Batista winning, good idea. But winning the Rumble when your most over guy in the company, Daniel Bryan, isn't even in it, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea, and it's going to get a lot of people mad. I'm going to play the devil's advocate here, and I'm going to say this is the WWE. They know what they're doing. But then you go back to WrestleMania 27, and you go, really? Was that 27, Brett versus Vince? Oh, terrible. So I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of great things about this pay-per-view. Batista winning the Rumble just was a bad mix. It's a bad mix, and God forbid if it's Lesnar versus Batista at WrestleMania. Well, I'm happy that I'm not going to be paying $50 whatever on it, and I'm going to only be paying the $10 for the WWE app on the internet, the network, because really just Batista Lesnar doesn't interest me at all. I don't care. I'm done with these old guys. Evolution was cool 10 years ago. Not so cool now. You know, I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done with the old guard. I want to see the young guns take over. I want to see the Shield take over. I want to see Daniel Bryan take over. I want to see Alexander Rusev, Big E Langston, Punk. Punk can take it over. Daniel Bryan can be the new John Cena. CM Punk can be the new like Triple H or something. I don't know. Whatever. We just don't need to see these old guys anymore. And the reason I'm not saying this about the New Age Outlaws is because the New Age Outlaws were necessary to make a split into the Rhodes brothers, for them to split at the Chamber, and for them to win. Someone will win off of the New Age Outlaws, either at the Chamber or at WrestleMania. Either way, it's going to put someone over in a big way that they beat the New Age Outlaws. So that's going to be good. Actually, I had an idea for the Chamber. We have a lot of tag teams running around, right? We have a Chamber match. Brock Lesnar isn't going to go for the championship in a Chamber match. So unless Punk wants to get back into a Chamber with the Wyatts and the Shield and Kane, I'm proposing a shake-up to the Chamber match this year. Picture this, alright? New Age Outlaws entering the Chamber as the champions. They go up against the Shield, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, because Roman Reigns doesn't want to be a tag team. I don't know, whatever. The Shield are in it in some form or fashion, and it increases the split between them. We've already seen the split between Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, so how about at the Chamber we finally see the split of Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, because that's the key right there. So let's put the Shield in there, in one corner. We have New Age Outlaws in the other. We've got the Rhodes brothers, who have been bickering for the past month because of the Rumble, and ties are just getting worse for them. And they're in. And they split up finally at the Chamber. One person eliminates or destroys the other inside the Chamber and makes a statement. And that'll lead to their match. Then we got the Usos. Okay? And then we've got the Real Americans, of course. The Real Americans, I believe, deserve a tag team championship run. They've got comedy. They've got athleticism. They've got the look. They've got the manager. They've really got the whole complete package. They're over. We the people. We the people. It's over. The giant swing. It's over. All that stuff. It's great. We need one more tag team. Las Matadores. Don't really give a shit. Throw them in there. Any two jabronis you can put together, put them in there. R-Truth and Xavier Woods, maybe. You know, something like that. Throw them in there. So we have a Elimination Chamber Tag Team Championship match. Can you imagine the chaos with the Shield, with the Rhodes brothers, the Usos off of the Chamber? Are you kidding me? That would be amazing. That'd be awesome, and that would be a match that I'd be willing to pay for. So WWE, step 1 to fixing the problem you caused tonight. Tag Team Chamber match. Step 2, you're going to want Brock Lesnar to do something. He's got to do something, or he's got to be interrupted by somebody. Maybe Goldberg, something. I just don't want... Maybe Batista, actually. But then again, I don't want Batista at WrestleMania with the championship. Maybe The Undertaker comes back and takes Lesnar on. That'd be okay. I wouldn't mind that. Now let's talk about fixing the main event of WrestleMania. Batista will be in that match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He's going to be in it, most likely against Randy Orton. So how are we going to do this? This is the problem. This is what everyone's so up in arms about. This is why everyone's angry. No one knows what WWE is planning. The end of the perfect story of this whole past year of wrestling has been Daniel Bryan finally getting over the Authority, finally having his WrestleMania moment, and defeating Randy Orton for the WWE World Championship. Now here's why I thought Batista winning was a bad idea between Roman Reigns and Sheamus. When it was Sheamus, He was looking good. He was the third eliminated. I could say, you know what? Sheamus wins. Crowd boos. And then tomorrow when Sheamus comes out, he's happy. He's jubilant. And then Randy Orton comes out and he stares him down. Sheamus, bro kick, takes him down. And then Sheamus just mobs Randy Orton and becomes the Authority's champion. I could see Sheamus rolling with Triple H. He's done it before. He's had matches with him before. They're good friends. They've worked out together. I could see all sorts of that stuff. Sheamus was a good pick to win the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns, they could have taken a shot. It's like putting all your chips on 0-0 while playing roulette. If you wanted to go with Roman Reigns, but it was much better than what they did because hey, at least you weren't expecting it. You can fill the whole next month up with him versus the Shield, or him and the Shield helping to get at the Authority. They could have turned somebody or something. They could have done something better than what they did. I mean, for the past 3 weeks, they've been saying, Batista is gonna rock the Rumble. Batista, I'm here to be the WWE World Champ. Get used to it. And that's all he said. And that's what, is he gonna be a bad guy now? I hope, because if he's a good guy, no one's gonna care. No one cares about good guy Batista. They like bad guy Batista. That's who they like. I don't know. I don't know really what else to do. There's a lot of great ideas that are probably going to be floating around that they could fix it with, and I hope that they take them, because WWE needs all the help it can get after this pay-per-view. There's not much else to say. I think the pros, there was a lot of pros in there. If I were to rate this on a grade of 1 to 10, I was entertained, I'd say at least 75% of the time, so we'll give it a C+, right? But I just think that the Rumble shouldn't have been won by who it was won by. And I think that the WWE World Championship match it left something to be desired. It was a little underwhelming. So they get a C. I think the undercard, the pre-show was great. The first match was great. Lesnar Big Show was kind of meh. But, it was what you expected of it. No one expected any more from that. And the Rumble was fun. It had a lot of fun, great moments. Kofi had a lot of great fun moments. Cesaro. There was a lot of good stuff in there. But it was just a bad ending. Bad ending. A lot of people only remember the ending. So I'm going to say that it was a C+, maybe even a B-. I had a lot of fun tonight. And, I don't know. A lot of people are going to say, I'm never watching WWE again. But you know what? I'll see their asses on the couch in about 18 hours or so, and they're going to be watching Monday Night Raw right along with me, right along with you, right along with everybody else. So for me, I think it was a good show, and I give it a B-, and hopefully they do what I said they should do. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think in the comments box below. Go ahead and like, favorite, comment, subscribe if you like wrestling, if you like good storytelling, and you like my ideas, and you just happen to be a wrestling fan. I've got gaming videos where I run pretty much my own card, my own company. I run it on WWE 2K14, and I try to make it as real as possible, storyline-wise, from week to week. So go ahead and check that out if you'd like. If not, just go ahead and watch this vlog. It's probably the only vlog I'll do until WrestleMania. And again, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Derek D. Ginger King. Checking out King of Kings. Repping the KOK. Oh no. Repping the